Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So we got some news to talk about. What some people may be thinking as good news, and some people will be thinking as bad news. Either way, it is bad news for Jasmine Crockett because she's proving herself to already be an absolute embarrassment to the Democratic Party. Even her constituents, even her fellow Democrats are saying no, okay? Because James Talarico who is viewed as the more moderate Democrat, is crushing Jasmine Crockett in the latest Emerson College poll, which shows James Talarico defeating Crockett by 9 percentage points. The point that really gets me is the previous poll from December had Jasmine Crockett leading by 51%. Now she has apparently dropped from all the way to 38% in a span of a month. Okay? The minute Jasmine Crockett opened her mouth, she dropped, plummeted. Don't forget the 40%. We're going from 50% to 30%. This is how bad this woman is, okay? There's just a reason why I'm not afraid to call this Democrat a ghetto-crat or a ghetto congresswoman or a ghetto wannabe ghetto senator, because she is acting ghetto. It's her attitude, and you think that's attractive. Well, little Jasmine Crockett, why don't you open your pupils and take a look at what your own fellow Democrats think about your behavior, because they're not really appealed by you. Now, there are some Democrats that are saying, okay, I like Jasmine and all, but she can't win Texas. There's no way she can win Texas. It's not just because she's too radical. It's just because she's too weird and she's too crazy, okay? And as a result to that, she can't win. Republicans are going to win the seat by double digits. As of a James Talarico, who I want to believe is a pastor, associates with the more of the I would say I'm trying to blank it out, the Lutheran environment, the Baptist environment, the conservative evangelical environment of the state of Texas. They're saying he has a likely chance of flipping Texas. Now, I'll give you this. Yes, if you were to say which one has the better chance of flipping Texas, I'd say, yes, I agree, James Talarico. But can James Talarico flip Texas? Look, Texas isn't even declared a toss-up state right yet. Okay? Yes, you have one poll between James Talarico and Wesley Hunt. And I'm not going to downplay this. Folks, if James Talarico wins the primary and John Cornyn loses, then I am going to have certain level of concern that a certain level of history may repeat itself, because there has been multiple times in elections where, where incumbent loses his primary, like let's just say Republican is primaried out, okay, by another Republican, and that other Republican wins the nomination, and he loses the general election. Why? Because a lot of the base was turned off that you primaried out the incumbent. Okay, that doesn't really work into your favor. So primarying out John Cornyn, even though I support the idea, he needs to go. He's a Bush Republican. They all need to get out. This could backfire. Okay, this could backfire if Talarico becomes the nominee and he does campaign on the right messaging of a blue dog Democrat. Okay, if Talarico wants to win Georgia, Texas, he needs to campaign as a blue dog. Okay, he needs to campaign as a blue dog that will trigger the far left, all that. But he stands no chance of winning if he campaigns on the far left ultra woke platform. That won't win him anything. Okay, it'll help him win the traditional Democrat places and all, but he absolutely has no chance of winning if he campaigns on a far left platform. He needs to campaign on a blue dog platform. Okay, yeah, he's being called a rising star among Texas Democrats. Okay, although Jasmine Crockett apparently thinks she's a rising star. Okay, the one thing that Crockett has over Talarico is name advantage. She has higher experience when it comes to representation coming from the 30th district. But one thing Talarico has that Crockett doesn't is sanity. Okay, Crockett is a little bit more ill in the brain. Okay, with her attitude, her language, her body posture, the way she presents herself in Congress, it's not representative. It triggers people. It ticks people off. It sets people off. Yeah, it's all about her. She takes out her phone. Look at me. I'm on the floor. Look at me. And her recent stunt, is just backfiring. Her boohoo whining and crying over Miss Captain Save It Illegal, who got killed in Minneapolis because she thought it was an amazing idea to run over an ICE agent, go boo-hoo-hoo-hoo, and somehow comparing this to Charlie Kirk is just laughable, because here's the difference. Charlie Kirk was an innocent man. He was literally doing the opposite of what this lady was doing. He was participating in peaceful dialogue, not violent rhetoric, okay? Peaceful dialogue among college students in a debate. Apparently leftists think that's violent. I guess we'll never understand them, okay? And he was open to disagreements. And he always loved his opponents as a Christian. And apparently that cost him his life. Apparently, Jasmine Crockett thinks that's the same as a crazy woman who had an amazing idea, decided to throw her life behind her, and try to risk her life to save illegals, and that did not go as planned. And Jasmine Crockett threw a teary-eyed fit on the House floor on that. And I will tell you, it's not making her look good. Making her look much more of a crazy woman, if you ask me. So, yeah, you even have Democrats saying that, yeah, Talarico has the better chance of winning Texas, if he wins. And I did post the political chatter video who thinks he's a moderate, but really he is a leftist. He will never tell you he's a leftist, but he's a leftist. I tell you, every single video is Democrats, okay? Democrats are the resistance against Trump, and he seems to think that modern day politics is everything against Trump, and you could be a right winger and be against Trump, even though most conservatives are pro-Trump. So it's just, you can never convince these people. But even he's saying, yeah, Talarico has a better chance in winning other than Jasmine Crockett. And I would take political chatter's pretty happy to hear this poll, seeing that basically the support for Jasmine Crockett is basically collapsed. Do I think she's going to win? Well, I'll do a county prediction, but I can't necessarily say she's going to win or not. I really do think it's going to be a very close race. There will be a debate coming up, actually, very quickly, in 9 days. On the 24th of January, 9 days until that Crockett-Talarico debate. You got, so far, Jasmine Crockett and James Talarico. They have declared their runs. This Hassan guy, I don't know. He is basically Ahmed or Hassan. He's the real estate broker. He hasn't stand a chance. He is basically saying no answer. Or not invite. I don't know. Yeah, non-invite. Okay, so his support's so tiny that he doesn't qualify. So it's going to be a Crockett-Talarico debate on the 24th. We likely will be doing a video on that. a little review, because I guarantee you every show with Jasmine Crockett, and it doesn't go off without a bang. Okay, literally. But you do see. I mean, like, this would be a huge L for Colin Elred, because Colin Elred dropped out because of Jasmine Crockett. Okay, he literally bend over backwards for the black woman, because that's how culture politics works. Black women comes before everyone, and Colin Elred, it's not that he was the previous nominee. He says, okay, yeah, it also, there's the alleged ability. Yes, Colin Elred's currently running for his seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, and he's saying, oh, well, I'm trying to keep it blue. I guess we never know what the antics are. But Colin Elred's running in another seat, which I don't know if that was his original seat, if it's a swing seat, I don't know. But he's trying to keep it blue. But I'm just saying, Jasmine Crockett probably got her big mouth and her big nose in the way and said, Colin Elred, you got to go. You had your turn. It's time for me to jump in the race. Yeah, and hey, I would say it would be a big win for Democrats if James Talarico won, because Jasmine Crockett's not winning the Senate seat. This is just dead set telling you. She is not winning any Senate seat. Now, I will tell you, yes, you do have a tied poll, but let's be honest, I'm telling you, too early, okay? Polls that begin right now for general elections are so irrelevant, because I'm telling you, Jasmine Crockett will lose terribly to Wesley Hunt and Ken Paxton and John Cornyn. She is super unpopular, even amongst independents. It's either these polls are wrong, or the polls among independents and her approval rating among libertarians, independents, and conservatives, and even fellow Democrats are wrong. So which one's contradictory? But yeah, apparently Race to the White House has downgraded this to tilting Republican a couple days ago. I think that's ridiculous, okay, because we don't even know who's the nominee is going to be. It's basically a coin flip at this point. Jasmine Crockett, like I said, has the benefits of being the congresswoman, being in federal, being a congresswoman or a politician in the federal level, running for a federal office, while James Talarico is a state congressman running for a federal office. So he has a lot more work when it comes to name recognition to go for. But I'll tell you, this is the very first primary on the Senate race coming up. This is it's on March the 3rd. So it's coming up like 2 months, ladies and gentlemen, or even less than 2 months. I can't even say it's a month and a half. I don't know. And you could almost say, we're almost close to saying it's a month and a half away. Because March the 3rd is not that far away. And that is the primary. And seeing that you have just Jasmine Crockett and James Talarico running, and you just have the candidate, the denominator, Ahmed Hassan, who might be enough to take 3 or 10% out. No, all I can tell you is I don't know if he stands a chance of carrying the county, though. And that's what we're probably going to do today, is predict the county alignment, because James Talarico is, let's see here. Yes, he's probably going to pose a very close competitive primary. Just looking at the background, and yeah, he's probably going to appeal a lot to the Hispanic voters, because the Hispanic voters have problems with Crockett also. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull the the YEPMS county map, and we'll go ahead and do our prediction here. All right, so I don't really know who's going to win, okay? I really don't know who's going to win. It could be Crockett, it could be Talarico. I don't know, okay? Being completely honest. It depends on where Talarico's coming from. Where is Talarico? Where is his district? He's from the member of the Texas House of Representatives. Which district are you representing right now? 52nd district, currently representing the 50th district. Yeah, he's from Austin, okay? So assuming he's going to pick up votes in Austin, but I would say the African-American vote, basically the votes for the black women vote, okay, among black women, they're voting for Crockett. I'm just saying, there's a lot of black women that don't like Jasmine Crockett. Some of them may go for Talarico, but by the bulk of it, Jasmine Crockett will win the black vote, the black women vote, at least. So who knows? It might be enough for her to win Austin. If she wins Austin, Jasmine Crockett, then she's winning the primary. Okay, she's winning the nomination. So keep a watch on Travis County. That is James Talarico's county. Travis and Dallas County. So you got these two counties. I would basically say the Hispanic areas are going for Talarico. I'll tell you that. I'll go ahead and say San Antonio. Well, we can actually pull a racial map. Okay, this may be a little bit small. Oh, perfect. So, yeah, you see something like this. Dallas, yeah, he is mostly Hispanic. But you do have Jasmine coming from there. So we'll go ahead and color the surrounding areas, assuming there's also Travis. And, it doesn't mean that Jasmine Crockett can't lose, that she can't win some counties, Hispanic counties. I'm sure she'll pick up quite a few, but I am predicting like mostly the Panhandle areas. But yeah, and we got to remember the currency of the Democratic Party, okay? Not the Democratic Party is very anti-Christian, okay? So I was reading during my long pause there about what Talarico's family mostly said about God, okay? And lots of positives, and that's why Democrats think Talarico has a good shot at winning Texas. But there's one problem, okay? Democrats are very turned off by those type of people. Democrats are very turned off by Christian people. And they really love the Jasmine Crockett's, the secular, crazy, Hollywood-aligned candidates, okay? The social media, TikTok, Instagram type of candidate. Yeah, they love those people, okay? They can't get enough of them. And I'm just saying, it's going to be pretty hard to convince the whole entire Texas Democratic Party. all right, that the James Talarico is the best candidate that aligns with the modern-day Democratic Party, and I have news for you. He doesn't. Okay? He does not align with the modern-day Democratic Party. And I'm just saying that's not going to be enough. Okay? So I would not ride the horse, and I would really tell political chatter, don't get your hopes up, buddy. I mean, your party's crazy, okay? Very anti-Christian. They don't like people like that. And they're likely going to vote against him because of that, okay? Too religious, all right? That is the likelihood. And I know what Talarico is probably going to do. He's going to have to campaign on the ICE raids, but there's a problem, though. ICE raids in Texas have mostly been cool, okay? Mostly been okay. Because, red states, they've been cooperating with ICE and law enforcement in Kristi Noem. They haven't really imposed, and left-wing rioters haven't really caused much chaos, not really much attention in these red states, which is very good. I'm just saying, yeah, it's not the best look. So I'm thinking it at least looks something like this in the primary level. And I can't predict how everything is going to, what's going to look for certain. There's a reason why we don't do community posts on the primaries, okay? There's a reason why we don't do that. Because, number one, it's not guaranteed which county is going to sway. I can tell you it's 100% guaranteed where Central Texas is going to go Republican. Why? Because it's Republican. We know this by the registrations. We know this by the voting data. We know this by the trends. Yeah, we can do that. That's easy. General elections are easy. Primaries are hard, okay? This is basically a very unrealistic, a very wishy-washy primary prediction that I'm doing a month and a half early before this primary is taking place. I'm just saying, by my gut feeling, I would say Southern Texas is going to be swayed a lot by Talarico. And Travis County, it's not even guaranteed that Talarico will win because because Austin has a lot of college students and they don't really like Christianity like that, okay? They don't really like we can even put these areas there too. They don't really like the and it's kind of hard to say if she can even win Travis, because you could say Talarico can win Houston, but it's hard to say Talarico can actually pull off Travis County because it's just too many college students. I'm looking at the Democratic Party and they're not going to vote. Like, these college students are not going to be oohed and awed over Talarico, okay? Now, if these college students really care about winning, they care about Democrats winning, which I'm telling you, not many of them do, they would back Talarico. But just saying, I really have a hard time thinking he's going to appeal enough to that large amount of college students. Not only that, but the large African-American population. So I have a hard time believing. So that's why I'm probably going to end up giving his home county of Travis County to Crockett. It would be a little surprising, but I think this is what the prediction's going to look like. It's a very wishy-washy prediction. Again, imagine if it actually looks like this. I would be like, taking a huge victory lap on this on the prediction video. But yeah, this is kind of my prediction as of right now. 214 for Crockett, Talarico 40. Obviously, it's looking like Crockett will win. I'm having her win mostly because she's a congresswoman. Okay, not that matters, but mostly because the Democratic Party is aligned with her values, not Talarico's, okay? Talarico's too Christian. That's taboo in the Democratic Party. That's taboo culture. We can't have Christianity. Crockett is aligned with the more radical, secular, Hollywood-aligned, social media, Instagram-aligned faction of Democratic Party. That seems to excite the Democratic Party. Although they may have grievances and doubts in her, I think some way or another, she's going to find out how to win that. And as for, let's see, I do want to see the other guy, because you do have Ahmed R. Hassan, who is a real estate broker. I don't even know where he's from. So, where is... Okay, so he's from Katy, Texas. So, and he's an immigrant from Egypt. Okay? West of Houston. Community of Katy. All right? So, there's a possibility that, this Hassan guy, or this, whatever this guy is, yeah, he will possibly pick up a county, probably this one, but I'm going to leave him out as of right now, as this is mostly a Talarico and Crockett sort of deal. And not to mention, he does not qualify for that coming debate in 9 days. But what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.